Coronavirus has flipped completely how we work on its head, with many of us having to work from home for a myriad of reasons. Whether someone in the office has contracted coronavirus symptoms, whether a local lockdown restriction means that you can't travel in, or maybe the office is closed completely. Whatever it is, if you've been required to work from home since the 6th of April this year, keep watching this video because you're probably missing out on a way that the government is paying you to work from home if you've been required to do so. Hi, I'm Charles and I make videos on how to make, save and invest your money well, and some tech videos too. If that sounds like your kind of thing, do hit the subscribe button below to be notified when I upload next. Thanks. So let's break this video down into two sections. First, we'll cover a little bit more information about the scheme and how it works, and secondly, we'll cover actually how to claim this money from the government. So let's get into the details. If you've been asked to work from home for just one day or more, you can claim up to £124 this tax year from the government. And just to clarify early on, this video is only applicable if you're based in the UK. So sorry if you're based in another country, but this is only for the UK. So the criteria. The criteria to claim this money is, firstly, you've had to be required to work from home over the past few months. So since lockdown began on the 23rd of March. And two, you've had to incur some additional costs as a result of working from home. And from HMRC's website, they define these additional costs as things like heating, metered water bills, home contents insurance, business calls, or a new broadband connection as an example. So this has actually always been a benefit that's been offered by the government, that if your employer requires you to work from home, even pre-coronavirus, the government will actually pay you to contribute towards those additional expenses that you may incur from working from home. So the key difference here is that in October of this year, HMRC has made it far easier for us to actually claim that additional money. So what they've done is they've set up a dedicated micro portal for people to be able to claim this benefit. And what's even better with this portal is you don't even need to justify to the government the payments or receipts or any other information about the additional expenses that you have from working from home. And effectively, you only need to claim this just once for the entire tax year, which is really good to know. It's possible to claim this money even if other people in the team are working in the office and you're required to work from home. Maybe you're only working part-time at the moment. That's okay too. It's even possible if you're required to work from home maybe 1 or 2 days a week and the rest of the time is in the office or your place of work. That's totally okay too. And if you're getting some other form of government support, as long as you're required to work from home at least some of the time, even just one day in this tax year, so just one day, you can still get the support. It just has to be at least one day that you're required to work from home. So what's actually the gain here? What's the additional money that we're going to get? So if you're a basic rate taxpayer, which means you normally pay 20% tax, so you're earning anything up to £50,000 per year, the gain for you is going to be about £62 a year, which is still a decent amount. And if you're a higher rate taxpayer, so that means you're paying upwards of £50,000 to £150,000 a year, the gain for you is going to be £124 a year. So it's not a gigantic amount of money, but fundamentally this is money for nothing. So if you've been working home over the last few months, it's a bit of a no-brainer to just go on the government website and claim this money. It's also an individual benefit too. So if you're living with other people in your house, maybe your husband, wife, partner, co-inhabitant, you can each individually claim this money too. Everyone gets the benefits. So how do we actually get this free money from the government? Well, what we want to do is head into the description. I've put a link to the micro portal as the first link in the description. Click on that. It will then load up this micro portal page. What you want to do is go through, tick a few boxes just to make sure that you are eligible for the money and that you've been required to work from home. Fill out your details, log in with your government gateway ID and submit the form. It actually really honestly takes just a couple of minutes just to tick those boxes, log in and submit. And if you've had to work from home since lockdown began, you can actually put the date of which you're wanting to claim support of as the 23rd of March. So that's actually the date in which lockdown started, which means that you'll get all the support for this tax year plus those additional 2 weeks. Great, so now we know how to get to the micro portal and submit our details. But what actually happens when we do submit those details? Well, what happens is HMRC get notified of a change in your tax code. And a change in your tax code is the amount of tax that gets deducted by your employer off your payslip each month. And by changing that tax code, what it means is the amount of tax that gets deducted off that payslip is actually reduced. So therefore your take-home pay, i.e. the amount that actually ends up in your account at the end of each month, is therefore going to be higher to cover those additional expenses. Now, you can actually claim more than the £6 a week in this allowance. However, if you do this, you have to justify it, you have to provide evidence and how these costs specifically relate to working from home. Awesome. So now we know how to claim this additional money from the government if we're employed. But what happens if we're self-employed? Well, while you're not able to claim using this micro portal, you can claim for the exact same amounts, for the exact same time periods. All you do is you claim it on your self-assessment forms. Super. That concludes the video. Hopefully you're now aware of how to get paid by the government in working from home. I think it's absolutely awesome. Everyone should claim this expense if they've been required to work from home. So definitely do that. If you're new to the channel, do hit the subscribe button below. Let me know other videos like this you want to see. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.